Morning A-level students. This is take 2 because I forgot to unpause it halfway through. I hate doing things twice. Anyway, hopefully the second time will be better. So, final question of the first paper for the exam technique. All right. So this one's all about materials and manufacture. Okay. They often throw a couple of little questions in there as well, but the main emphasis is materials and manufacture. So let's have a look where they've gone. They will normally always give you a picture of something, guys, of a product. And it's basically asking you how you make it. Okay. This is a pair of high definition headphones. Let's have a look at part A. Part A, shown in figure 7, has been manufactured by high pressure casting. So you know it's high pressure die casting. Give one example, just the one, of a suitable material for part A and explain your reason for this choice. Now again, let's have a quick look at it. You don't need to know any of these things because if I just use, there we go. Right, let's have a quick look at the picture. What's it got to do? Right, it's headphones. So what have they got to be? Lightweight, cleanable, strong, tough, and hard. Okay, so you're looking for a lightweight, strong, tough, and hard. It's a GCSE answer. So I'd straight away be thinking some sort of aluminium alloy, something like that. Why? Because I've just given you all the reasons why, because of the product. And you'll get the marks. Simple answer to take you into question 4. Next one. There's loads of other ones, so they'll normally put, so in the mark scheme, they give you have a look, it'll give you the main answer most people will give, which would be aluminium alloy. Then it will have to give all the other things that it could possibly be made of. So it might, if you have a look in the mark scheme, give like magnesium alloy, zinc alloy, whatever. And that would take it more up into your specialist kind of materials that you would use if it was a very expensive pair of, what are the really good ones? The Boss ones. It costs like 250 things. Okay, so next question. Explain why high pressure die casting is more suitable than sand casting in the manufacture of part A. Okay, remember in this you'll need to P process a step by step sketches, tooling, and quality control. Okay, and you're basically going through how you would make that part from start to finish in high pressure die casting, whichever one it wanted. So it wants pictures, it wants sketches, it wants all the tools, quality control. Remember, quality control is how you would make sure each part or each step is right as it goes along using tools. So in here, you would have all your tooling, all your quality control checks going down. Okay, I have this table in there. So you know the processes all the way to the end. Okay, now the more technological words you use, so if you talk about the sprues needing removed from die casting, you could talk about extra parts being put in, like mechanisms fitting inside. If you talk about the cooling of the mold at the end so you can release them, if you're talking about how the mold is opened and closed using hydraulics, if you talk about how the mold is made in the early days, if you can talk about some multi-mold, so instead of just being one part made inside the mold, that wouldn't be right, because obviously if you were making a batch of 1,000, it'd be a mold with say 10 in them or 20 in them or whatever, and a picture of how it'd flow through or whatever. That kind of high technological language will give you the marks. If you basically just say heat metal, heat aluminium to melting point, stick into mold, mold cools down, cold molds, open, cut out, cut ends off, finish, that's a low answer. If you talk about melting point of aluminium is about 630 degrees. Okay, mold is made. Could you talk about how a multi-mold is made using some sort of CAM process using CNC milling machine? This would what the mold would look like. Heated up hydraulic ram, however it's used. If it's using Archimedes screw, whatever process you're using, you want to show the detail that you understand how the process works. And if you do that and you've got all these different bits, they're going to give you the marks for it. Okay, Next one. Anthropometric data. So these are the bits where it'll come in a couple of random questions to finish off, which could be anything. So anthropometric data will be used in the design of the headphones. Explain one way in which the designer will use anthropometric data to help ensure the product will be suitable for the widest possible group. So anthropometric data, how do you make sure you can hit between the 5th and the 95th percentile? Nice and easily. Well, what's on there that enables more people to do it? So I'd be looking at this picture going, right, what data is needed to make sure the most can do it? And I'd be looking at that and going, that big headband. Because that's made of whatever material so it can stretch, it means that this will encompass wider head sides. Okay, you could also talk, and just think of other things, the lead, because the lead's nice and long, because it's got different lengths, so it can get different pockets, therefore it's obviously designed to go into a pocket or to connect to something for different heights. That could fit someone in. You could talk about the size of these, so these have been designed, the earphones, the comfort bits, actual headphones to fit on the average size of the thing. But personally, I'd be looking at this headband or this bit that extends normally down here to show that the more, so you got more inclusive design, and that would be your answer. So all you need to do is take this data. Don't know why I keep drawing on this. And then go and look back at the picture and go, right, well, how's that going to hit the widest possible range of people? And the final one. Okay, I think it's the final one. Discuss positive and negatives. The importance and influence of ergonomics in product design. Okay, so you should all know what ergonomics is by now. Use examples in your response. Now this wants to make sure that you understand ergonomics inside and out. Okay? If you think it's just about fitting people at this point, you need to go back and look at the ergonomics section in your book, because you don't know enough. I'm just quickly anthropometrics on page 12 of the revision textbook. Okay, because obviously it's not just about fitting people, it's also about the ease of use. So, you know, think of like the kettle, how kettles have got a clear window so you could see how much water in it. That's it. The use of different colours, red, green, black, for warning systems, all those kind of things. So basically on this one, if you know ergonomics inside and out, use examples in your response. Okay. And this is worth 8 marks. So the minimum you want to have is 4 paragraphs here. Okay, so ergonomics with examples. So I'd be sat there and thinking, right, ergonomics, right, I've just got one. Kettle. So let's go over there. So I've just come up with one straight away. Kettle. Now, if that's to use examples, try if you can not to use the headphones as an example. Think of something outside of it. Okay, so kettle, clear screen. To make it sound better, I think I've told you this little cheat before, put in a company name. Russell Hopkins. They make a kettle. They deliberately make all the screens inside so the hot water, see how much water's in there, therefore you won't burn the filament out, or you won't burn yourself by overfilling it. So it's a nice and easy way of showing it. Oh yeah. You could also go and then try and use 4 different things. Right, ergonomics. Children's bikes. The children's bikes are designed with seat adjustment, the headset adjustment. Therefore, it's more inclusive design. It's used it so you can grow with a child. Okay, and the bike, frog bikes. I'm just thinking of things, products I can see around my house right now. My daughter's leaving stuff out. There's another ergonomic example. Okay. Now, if you want to consider the negatives of ergonomics, obviously, if you're using ergonomics, you're going to be talking about anthropometric data. If you're talking about anthropometric data, you're going to be talking about costs of obviously having to measure, get all that anthropometric data. Okay, so in high-end stuff or expensive stuff, it's good to have the ergonomic data. But in low-end stuff, if you're selling your product or a pen for 2p, it's not going to be worth anthropometric data ergonomics, because a pen's a pen, so you won't make it adjustable, you won't make it inclusive design, all those kind of answers. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter just came in. Um, Other things to think about ergonomics. What were we talking about? Sorry. It's quite annoying having to teach while a small 3.5-year-old running in and out of your room. Is the psychological aspects of ergonomics. Examples of when ergonomics goes wrong. Okay, thinking about working at a desk, repetitive strain injury, not sitting at the desk right, too far to the screen. All these things should be going into your answers. So you're getting a positive and negative of the importance influence of ergonomics. What happens when it goes wrong, why you use it, all those things. Okay, and that's pretty much it, guys. That's all you do. And obviously, if it's 8 marks, remember the old basic thing. Put a line, start with a little indent so all your paragraphs are clear so you can check at the end. Make sure you've done P, point, evidence, explain for each one. Make sure you put a company name in, such as this happened here, this happened here. Yeah, and that's as simple as it is to get the exam technique on that one, guys. Hopefully that's clear. Remember, feedback to me. Anything you're not happy with, you're not clear, send me an email. Anything I've made a mistake on or you think I'm talking nonsense, please question everything I do. Okay, don't just take everything I say as gospel. You guys are the luckiest generation. You've literally got Google. You could sit there and go, I'm going to check what Mr. Fulson said. For the past however many thousands of years, people haven't been able to check. So check what I said. If you think that's all good, let me know. Okay, speak to you soon. Yeah, wow, that was the worst exit of a video ever, wasn't it? Trying to stop it.